All right, and hello from Bougher Custom Guitars and Amplifiers and Cat Boxes here in Ardmore, Oklahoma. I got to clean the cat boxes because the cats have been very busy. That's what I get for getting Fancy Feast. Cheryl at work gave me like 90 cans of Fancy Feast, so the cat boxes are dirty. Nice. I know you didn't tune in for that, but anyways, that is the plan. I'm going to finish what I'm doing here in the shop and go take care of kitty cats. But I wanted to share this with you guys. I hope everybody's doing all right. It is, I believe, a Wednesday because the week was all screwy because we had Monday off. But it is, I believe, a Wednesday. And here I am with a Bougher guitar and a Bougher amplifier. I got the prototype. This is my old prototype that I told you I showed you the insides of it, that has Blues Junior parts and a few other doodads in there and serious modifications. I got this thing back together and it is in running shape. I learned something. The Blues Junior circuit is not very happy when you go to put it back together and you're half asleep and you knock one of the reverb shield wires loose. When the reverb is not shielded, it makes all kinds of sizzly noises, and it's really fun to find the problem because the shield wires are really, really tiny. So that was neat. That was fun. So anyway, that's my fun for the day. But I got her back together, and I wanted to share it with you guys just really quick. After the modifications that I've done this last time with the remote pots and the flying wires and things like that, the tone changes slightly. Anytime that you change anything in the circuit in a vacuum tube amplifier, it's going to change, which is why a lot of the old Fender blackface and early silverface amps sounded different. And you have four of them sitting side by side, exactly the same amp, and you go, wow, that one's great. And then this one, it's not so much. It's because each component, when they hand build the amplifier, each component has a certain bit of lead or wire on it, depending on if it's a capacitor or a pot or something like that. That length of that wire has an inductive property to it, has a capacitance or a resistance to it. Even though it's minor, you add all that up through the circuit and it changes the capacitance of the circuit or the inductance of the circuit, whichever way you want to look at it, whichever signal's going through it. So it changes that value, and when it changes that value, it changes the way the signal is processed from the beginning of the amp to the speaker. So any of those little minor changes can change the tonality of the amplifier, the way that it's all put together. So from what this was with the original pots that were those tiny little pots with straight on the circuit board, changing it to the remote flying lead pots like a Mesa Boogie style and like early Fender style, just doing that has changed the tonality of it and has cleaned it up slightly. It's gotten some of the low end dirt out of it and give it a little more of a late blackface kind of tonality, where it's kind of a half distorted, clean kind of thing. And I'm playing it for you now as an example, doing some little Chicago blues backing track here in just a second, and showing you the amplifier with it kind of with the preamp on about halfway. It's a little bit above halfway. Master volume's down at a fairly reasonable setting. It's actually on about 2, but on that amplifier, the way I have it modified, 2 is loud. It's just loud. It's just the way that amp is built. I designed this thing to be a low power, small, lightweight amp that you can play with a drummer, and it is perfectly capable of that. I'm showing you this again with no pedals, just the guitar, cable, straight into there. And I want you to be able to hear that, because that is the example of what I'm capable of doing to your amplifier if you want custom work done, or to build you one. So that is what's going on. I can build these custom designs like this. I'm also going to be building, have been and will be in the near future, building custom one-off models as well. So I'm going to show you that really quick so you can get a little bit of an idea of what I can do with that. So here we go. off. A little more gain on it. Has a lot of control with the volume knob. So there's a few little examples of what it's capable of. Let's shut this thing down here real quick. But it's a very, very basic setup. The way I've done this, I kept the configuration of the Blues Junior chassis the way that how it started out. It is based off of a Blues Junior, although the only thing Blues Junior in it now is the output transformer and the chassis itself and part of the circuit board, as I showed you in the picture. So the circuit itself is, I've used the PC board and modified it extensively. The circuit itself is completely different. It has a lot in common with the Blues Junior design. It has a lot in common also with the Vox AC15, and some in the values of the components and things like that has to do with the old Fender Princeton non-reverb models. So there's a lot of that I've taken from other amplifiers, which is why I'm calling the place Bougher Custom Guitars and Amplifiers. It's, there's so many amplifiers and guitars out there in the world that they are, this brand and that brand and so on, and they're so similar. I can't really bring myself to say that this is something unique. It's something special. It's something a little bit different, and it is definitely something refined. But like I said, there's so many out in the world. However, if you want your amplifier to sound as true to the tone of your guitar as you possibly can get it, and also as your amplifier to be as efficient as you can possibly get it, then this is where you need to bring it. You can ask some of the people on my Facebook page that know me, that have some of my equipment, and that have played through my modifications and played through my amplifiers and things like that, and have amplifiers that I've worked on, such as Brent and Zane and a few other people like that. Some of the people that own my guitars, such as Tony and Brent and Zane again, and a few other people, they will attest to the fact that when I make something in the shop, the idea with my shop is that it's there's so many guitars and amplifiers and all that out in the world, and so many people doing it. I pride myself on mine being as true to the tone of the true instrument and the true amplifier that you can get. It's as efficient and true to the sound as you can possibly get. So I kind of pride myself on that, and I pride myself on the quality of what I do. My guitars are known through the people that have played them and picked them up and so on and so forth, to play as perfectly as you can. You can play one of my guitars, and the way that I set it up, when you get it, it will be set up exactly the way that I play it on stage with your set of strings, your size of strings. But when you get it, you can tune it, play play it all night long, never touch it, put it in the case, take it home, put it away, take it to the next gig 4 or 5 days later, take it out of the case, and it will still be in tune. And I will promise you that. Anybody that has one of my guitars can attest to that fact. It will still be in tune. And that is a testament to the quality of the build, of how it is put together, the fit of the neck, the fit of the components, and the way that I set it up. There's a lot of little details involved in that. So I just wanted to put that out there. The same things that I put in the details into building my guitars, I also put into the amplifiers. The quality of the components, the way the components are mounted, the way that the wires are ran, all of those things have an effect on the tonality of it and the true voice of it, so that it sounds exactly like when you plug your guitar, you play it, that's what you want to hear. So, and it makes it very, very useful also for pedals, because when an amplifier has a very true voice, you can take a pedal board and all of the things that you like to tweak around with and play with and so on, put it in front of the amplifier, and it will not color your pedal board. Rather, the pedal board will color your amplifier, and it will produce the sound that you hear on your pedal board in your ears through the amplifier, and it will be very efficient that way too. So anyways, I just wanted to put that little pitch out there for you so that you could understand kind of what I'm doing here in the shop, and wish everybody a happy midweek, happy hump day. And I'm going to get back to it. I have a lot of work to catch up on, a lot of things that I'm backed up on, and I am going to jump on it here in just a few minutes. So everybody have a blessed week. God bless you all. Be safe out there. Enjoy rock and roll with some music, or country rock and roll if you're into that sort of thing. And I will talk to you guys later. God bless you. Bye.